degrees and a low of 66 degrees. If you'd like, I can get your day started with motivational quotes and more. Would you like to enable
Alexa,
this?
stop. There are Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists talking in my head. So they want me screaming, and they don't want there to be evidence that what I'm hearing is solely in my head, not coming from outside. In case the cops show up, the paramedics, whoever, I want to make it clear that it was solely in my head. Excuse me, they're making me pass gas. They're screaming in my head, trying to say that I'm lying about hearing voices in my head. So I know for a fact there's a record involved that is created and stored. It basically, they're playing with my head in real time. It stores all of the data of the weapon that they're using. Okay, and everything that I see, everything that I hear. So I want to make it a record that is obviously distinct from their records because they're talking in my head, to make it clear that what I'm hearing is solely in my head. Because if the cops get called, or I go to the paramedics get called, I have evidence that it wasn't a lie. I'm talking to voices in my head. No one's talking to me from outside. I can't hear my neighbors through my walls. Nobody's talking through the vents. Nobody's screaming from outside. There are Egyptian American Muslim women talking in my head, causing me strokes. So as long as they continue to talk to try to get me kicked out of here, I have to record to make it clear. And I know I've done it more than once, and I have plenty of evidence, but I'm not going to stop. I refuse to stop until I have made it super clear that they need investigating. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists talking in my head with a war weapon. They're making claims that I am the one who needs investigating, when in fact I'm innocently trying to live my life and make money and earn money for my kids, and they're sabotaging my transactions at work. It's a mind control, mind reading, telepathy weapon. They're trafficking my kids, trafficking my family, sabotaging my work, trying they've destroyed I have no assets, I have no savings, no retirement. I cannot. They want me to use the money and they want our kids to use the house money to pay for things so that they end up with nothing. It's obvious what they're after. I want these terrorist bitches talking in my head sentenced to death. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. While they slaughter people, they're playing with my head. They're serial killers. They're committing genocide, war crimes, crimes against humanity. They're committing crimes of aggression, everything you could imagine with these weapons. And I mean, they're amputating people. They're causing acid to accumulate in these homeless people's legs so that they can't get back on their feet, literally, okay, and get to work. They destroy their image, their reputation. They ruin their credit. They ruin their driver's license. They ruin their family relationships. They drug them. They ruin their organs, and then they throw them out and they accumulate. This is so fucking serious. These are more than Jeffrey Dahmers. Do you fucking hear me? They're dragging them through the fucking mud. And for nothing. And I know this sounds crazy. Jeffrey Dahmer, it's like, okay, he wanted sex. The bitches talking in my head, they're treating people like they're cattle. Like, I need this person so I can launder this much money. This is crazy. And then they leave that person with absolutely nothing. Nothing. Every day I hear them scream. I'm not living. They're taking control of my legs. They're forcing me to stand in a certain way. Like, I'm not me. They have full control of my entire body from head to toe. I want them sentenced to death. Do you fucking hear me? They just don't want to make it appear as though they're crippling me, but they're crippling me. I want them sentenced to death because I know they're not permitted to talk in someone's head who has a disability, especially a neurological one. And yet I'm sitting here screaming that I hear those psycho bitches talking in my head. I'm a pure schizophrenic in front of people. I'm being medicated. Here, look at my medication. Look, the men don't want me showing you. With my name all over it. Look at my name is all over every single one of them. Olanzapine. See, look. 1. Haloperidol. That's a psychiatric medication. See? Topermate. My name is on it. I don't give a fuck. Go die. She's like, your name. People will find your professional page. That's a stupid psycho bitch talking in my head. She doesn't want people to know that I am taking medications because the bitch is a fucking lying ass whore. And I'm proving that they're lying. So if the government can't get to my medical records, here it is. I want those stupid bitches sentenced to death. Do you hear me? It's the fucking women. It's the women. They're the problem. They're Egyptian American Muslim women. They need to be investigated and sentenced to fucking death.
The time is 7:15 a.m. Here are the reminders. Check into IHSS 2 times a week, next due today at 8:30 a.m. Devon reminders. Check on my electricity bill with Section 8 housing at 7:30 a.m. Check Section 8 every day at 8:45 a.m. Renee reminders. No-med adjustments every day at 10 a.m. Call Ed Financial every day at 10:30 a.m. Call Chanel every day at 5 p.m.
It's taking me forever to get ready. When it So I'm moving really slow. The terrorists talking in my head are trying to stop me from going to work. They keep forcing the words "fuck you" out of my mouth. They're attacking my back. And they're attacking my back. They're Egyptian American Muslim women.
Welcome to Market Devon. Here is your reminder for you. Check on my electricity bill with Section 8 housing. Bristol-Myers Squibb merger could create a cancer drug giant, but analysts call it off. 9 minutes ago, American manufacturers grow at fastest clip in 4 years due to AI boom, but all is not well. 19 minutes ago from CNBC, it is also the latest move by Visa to expand its value-added services business, which has become one of the company's fastest-growing divisions. 28 minutes ago from CNBC, the latest
I want to
peace
show you
proposal
something
calls
else.
for warring parties to return to negotiations and
So,
continue working out some of
this
the
right
thorny
here
issues
is
that derail
eczema.
diplomatic efforts.
The terrorists
An hour ago
talking.
from
Alexa,
CNBC,
stop. The terrorists talking in my head keep dehydrating my skin till it cracks. They do it to my feet when I go get a pedicure, and they want to try and blame it on the woman who did the pedicure, but they're doing it to my hands too. Of course, they're not doing callus remover on my hands, so it's obvious. My feet are cracking like this. I want the terrorists talking in my head. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists talking in my head, sentenced to death. Do you hear me? This is murder. These are murderers. They're just mad because the Prince of Saudi, they know how he sentences. I mean, he has his capital punishment for psychopaths. And the terrorists talking in my head know that if they get caught by any one of them, they already know They already know how, and he handles it publicly. The king of Saudi and Egypt, for capital punishment, they do it by hanging. In America, they put you to sleep. Everywhere across the globe, they have their ways of putting, administering doing whatever, however they sentence you to death. And the terrorists talking in my head are afraid because all these countries have made it very clear that they're not opposed to the death penalty. And they're trying to keep me under control because they're facing the death penalty because it's obvious they're not investigating, they're laundering money, and they're murdering me. And there are obviously other people that they're serial killers. They're committing genocide. And they're talking in my head. So they didn't want me recording to try to get me to scream so that people could call the cops or the paramedics, and they wanted there to be no evidence that what I hear is solely in my head. And they're cussing me out like, you ugly bitch, haha, your face is swollen, we're making your nose bigger, your head is swollen, haha. They're like pulling on my legs, pushing me down, pulling on this part of my down here, so that it's like forcing me to bend forward. They're Egyptian American Muslim women. I don't give a So anyway, she's a stupid psychopath. Like, all over the internet, they say Karen this, Karen that, which actually means Egyptian American terrorist, with the hashtag meaning death row. They're on death row. I hear it in music videos. I hear politicians say the fight around against terrorism. They're talking about the terrorists talking in my head. This isn't paranoia. This is a real weapon, and the government doesn't want these terrorists blaming innocent people for the crimes they're committing because they're much more savvy with the weapon. So if more people had handle of the weapon, they can control those people and make it look like they're the ones using the weapon to murder and commit crimes. So they want to make sure it's the terrorist talking in my head that gets sentenced to death, nobody else. That's why the weapon isn't public. So I'm explaining that I hear them in my head. I know there's such a war weapon. Obviously, I'm seeking medical attention, like everything I need to do to sentence these terrorists to death. It's obvious to the people that want these terrorists sentenced to death that I'm not out of my mind. To everybody else who the government is trying to protect from these terrorists blaming that you're using the weapon to control people. Obviously, I sound crazy. My face is extremely swollen. See that sound? They're suffocating me. They're Egyptian American Muslim women. They're talking inside my head. They don't want me smiling or happy or involved or making it clear when like, they don't want me playing music in public. They want me picking up my phone and pretending like I'm screaming at the phone so people think I'm belligerent and violent. They'll be screaming in my head like, go fuck yourself, go die, bitch. We're gonna put you down, bitch. Ha ha, your kids don't have money, bitch. Like all day long. They're Egyptian American, Muslim women, terrorists, and their psycho families talking in my head that way. Like, we want to scream in your daughter's head. We want your daughter to be schizophrenic. Good morning. Thank you. Every day, it's the same thing. Every day. More, I'm about to be boring. Same thing. Screaming in my head. You're a piece of shit. You're this. You're that. So, just want to make it clear that I can't capture their voices when I'm in public now. I prefer to look schizophrenic. I don't want to be anywhere near my phone if they're talking in my head trying to get me to curse. So I can say I have schizophrenia. And it's obvious I'm talking to myself. And it's obvious I don't know anybody there. That is if I don't have self-control, if they're taking control of me and I'm like freaking out in public. Make it look like I'm having fun in my car, if I am in my car. Because I'm pretty sure if I were to get in the car accident, they'd want to see the records. Like, what happened to her? She's not on drugs. She doesn't do drugs. She's seeking medical attention. Why in God's name would she be getting in car accidents or driving recklessly if, God forbid, they take control of my vehicle? And time again, I'm doing that, and these bitches want to act like it was me. So they're doing something to my back right now. I just realized something. So the terrorists, that's all stuff that they have to explain. So they'll get me a ticket, or in a miniature, like a miniature fender bender. You know, one of those fender benders. They're playing with my head. They're forcing me to talk. They're dictating what I say right now. Every 1 to 2 years, so that it's on a record, so my kids and I can't get Uber. Watch. I swear to God, their timing is impeccable. They're Egyptian American Muslim women. I want them sentenced to fucking death. Do you hear me? To death. Oh my freaking God. Dude, these bitches are the biggest criminals on the face of the fucking planet. Like everything. My daughter, I bought her a $50 bracelet and they broke it. And they broke the heels. Now I'm hiding her nice stuff because the terrorists want to. She obviously does it by accident, but they're taking control of her. And they're like, ha ha, not your fucking daughter, bitch. We said no. They're Egyptian American Muslim women. Yeah, of course. Of course, we all hear voices, not in our heads, though. Not the way I hear it. They're making my legs shake. So when I walk, all my fat jiggles. I want the women sentenced to death. Do you hear me? And one of the men laughed like it's fucking. They think it's funny. They're weird, dude. They actually think this shit is funny. Like, this is like stuff you do when you joke around. Like, when you, I don't know, when you, like, he just gave me bunny ears in a picture. Like, they're stupid. They laugh at it like it's like something minor. They're fucking bizarre weird. But they know damn well if they get investigated, they're as good as torsos. So he's obsessed with me, but yet if I get him investigated, he turns into a fucking torso, and he doesn't find that funny at all. So I'm trying to knock that stupid laugh right out of his chest. I'm done talking, not figuratively, obviously. Piece of shit is done. I'm done talking. And so the women are just talking, just chatting in my head in the background. I can't tell you what they were saying because they're talking while I'm talking to attack my back and to attack me while I'm getting ready. So it camouflages while I'm talking. One of the women just said, "You're a fucking piece of shit," while the other one was laughing. One of the women is screaming in my head, "You stupid bitch, why don't you just tell him how we gave your sister Graves' eye disease?" Facts. Facts. These are psychopaths on another level. Like, when you're in a fight, you're not like, "I want to gouge someone's eyes out to go blind." You're just in a fight. Like, You just do what you do. You want to throw punches because you're mad. But to 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 with intention want to make someone go blind, that is psycho. And you're sneaky about it. They're Egyptian American Muslim women. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. They're talking in my head. I want them sentenced to death. It's time for me to go to work. What time is it? Cat eyes because I did this. I want the women sentenced to death. Like, fine. Fine. You guys want her to get on her feet and work. You're erasing their debt so that we can't go back and investigate her. How about she doesn't have any legs? Like, what the fuck? How about we sentence these psycho Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists to death? How about we get them investigated and sentenced to death the same fucking way? They're hurting my neck. He's like, I'll break your neck. And the muscles in my neck just went tight. I don't know the women talking in my head. They just keep calling me a bitch because they've murdered so many of my friends and family and people that I admire and look up to. They're psychopaths. They murdered Kobe Bryant. He was entitled to the records. Oh, I had a message, Jack. Today is their last day. They leave today. have to weigh myself. I gained so much weight. Oh. No. They're Egyptian American Muslim women. The terrorists talking in my head are Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. Okay, I have to change. It was fun, and yes, I did dance. Oh, but you're not gonna stop me from clear talking in my head. They can still hear me. They can still hear me. How come they can't hear you? There are Egyptian American Muslim women, terrorists screaming in my head saying, how about I put you in a fucking casket, bitch? How about I scream in your daughter's head, you fucking whore? Over and over again in my head. They're Egyptian American Muslim women, terrorists talking in my head. These are the world's biggest psychos. The women are fucking garbage, dude. Any woman that supports these men, bails them out, is a psychopath. They're garbage and they know it. We're done talking. They're out of here. So as you heard, I'm leaving now. Nobody's screaming outside. I gained 10 pounds. They've been trying to make me, because all my pants are really small. They want me to, so that my pants don't fit me. They're Egyptian American Muslim women. One of the men just laughed. It's all like an attack. They want me kicked off YouTube so badly. I want them sentenced to death. They're Egyptian American Muslim women. I'm on my way to my mom's. As you saw, nothing is going on here. I'm on my way to my mom's house. My daughter and her friend are sleeping. She had a friend sleep over. I've been eating. It'll probably take me about, I mean, a lot of the food still has to be digested, so pretty sure I'll drop about 5 pounds, and by the time all this food gets dropped, it'll take me about a month. Anyways, I'm going to see my sister. My forehead is extremely swollen. You see that? So, see, no one's screaming. I want them outside. The voices I hear are solely in my head. They're Egyptian American Muslim women. I want them sentenced to death.